Finally, a sunny day here up in Toronto, Ontario. It's time to get working on this 65 Fastback and get it ready for power tour. Stay tuned. Alright, so got the 1965 Mustang all jacked up and on jack stands. I'm about to put in a shackle kit, so all new rubbers on the rear and a few other goodies. So stay tuned. Hope you enjoy. Alright, went ahead and put the new leaf spring shackle kit on both sides. A little bit of a pain to get them out, but they are in, they are brand new, and that's all that matters. So I think it's time to lower the Mustang. How much should I lower it? An inch? Inch and a half? 2 inches? I think an inch is safe. Inch is safe. I don't know. Maybe I'll go an inch and a half. We'll see. Alright, just got back from the local leaf spring shop and I got a new set of U-bolts bent up. They're a little wider at the top, which is fine. Once I squeeze it down, it'll bend by itself, but these are the original and those are the new ones. And as you can see here, we have two different size lowering blocks. This is an inch and this is inch and a half. So like I said, I think I'm going to go inch and a half and see how it looks. If it's too low, I'll go with the inch. Alright, got the new U-bolts on, got the lowering blocks in. That is an inch and a half, I believe. And as you can see, there's still lots of thread if I want to go for a 2-inch block. The 65 Fastback needs a trunk key cylinder. It's missing the key. So I'm digging around the shop the other day, and sure enough, I find in a box a Fastback key cylinder, or a Mustang key cylinder, with a key, and it works. Beautiful. Saved me probably $100. So I'm going to get that installed today, along with the fuel system, and I forget. Lots of other things. So I'm not sure if the key cylinder is just bad, which is a possibility because it was used and there's a reason probably why they took it off. But I closed the trunk and she's not opening. So in the back we go. We got the fold down seats here, so that's going to be a nice plus. Back door's already open, so in the trunk I go. Alright, so got the key cylinder in and working, all adjusted. Had to shim this guy out a little bit because this face of the latch was hitting this face, so I shimmed it out, no problem. And now I can attack the fuel system. I didn't want to do the fuel system until I had something to be able to lock the trunk. So now I'm going to attack the gas tank, fuel sending unit, and start a brake line. And that should close up the fuel system. I guess now's a good time to get rid of old mousy boy there and move some of these parts out of here because I don't need them. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, he's stuck. He's stuck. There's the old boy. So there's our new fuel tank. Got our new sending unit. I believe it's stainless steel. Yep. So we're gonna pull this out, check it out. I might even paint the bottom just so it looks a little nicer. It doesn't start rusting in a year and a half, 2 years. As I was installing the sending unit, O-ring first, sending unit, then this retaining metal plate, I noticed that as I tightened this and it reached its spot, the sending unit was still loose. So I'm going to go ahead and bend these tabs downwards so that it applies more pressure to the O-ring and the sending unit face, and that should do the trick. Alright, so bent the tabs, these tabs is what I'm talking about, tabs inwards, and got the sending unit back installed, and it's nice and tight, so pray to God it doesn't leak when we go to install it. If it does, I'm going to be returning it. Alright, so I just went into town and I picked up, I guess, a union, I guess, for the brake line so that one fitting and the other fitting can join, simply because I can't put the line in as one piece. I also went into town, which was mainly the reason why I went into town, to pick up a package, which you guys will see in a future episode. I'm not going to show it to you now, but it's really good, like really good. So, little teaser. I'm not going to show you anything, but just a heads up. Wait till you see it. It's pretty exciting. Anyways, I'm going to get this brake line, or fuel line, not brake line, fuel line installed and show you guys. Isn't it beautiful when everything just lines up? Super nice. Fuel lines in, all finished. On to the next thing. Alright, so now that the tank is in with the lines all hooked up, I went ahead and got the filler neck with a brand new rubber hose to connect the two. Now I just got to get some screws to screw in here, and this one I believe is for the actual gas cap. So I gotta find a gas cap. Hopefully the parts car might have one. I swear this parts car never stops giving. It's great. So unfortunately the 66 Mustang parts car didn't have the gas cap, but it does have these screws slash bolts. So I'm gonna go ahead and take those off. Alright, fuel system is completed. We got a brand new gas tank, brand new sending unit, brand new fuel line all the way to the front, brand new filler neck, filler neck hose, original filler neck, and we're rocking a 69 turn type gas cap. Not correct, but I could care less at this point. It works. Another reason why I cleaned the inside of the car, not only for, I guess, smell or to be clean, is just so that I can get under here, under the dash, and not have to worry about whatever mouse poo or mouse pee that might have resided there. So I'm actually going to install the clutch pedal assembly right now. Next thing I'm going to focus on is getting this key cylinder in. I have the brand new key cylinder here, and I have a brand new switch that was sitting on the shelf. So I'm going to get that installed, and then maybe start working on some gauges, which I'll show you in a future video. You know what I love about parts cars is they never stop giving. Like, there's always parts you need that are just hanging out on this car. So if you can see this right here, not the spring, but this circular, I don't even know what you want to call it, part of the ignition cylinder. I don't have this on my Texas car, so I need to take it off of this parts car, which will have a video in the near future. So I had to take the little more destructive route, but I was able to get what I needed off. This was garbage anyways. I don't really need it. So for easier access for the clutch pedal assembly, I went ahead and took off the gauge cluster, and it makes it a little easier to install the ignition cylinder. So as you can see here, there's two little tabs right there, and this spins, okay? Without this, we'll call it a washer. Without that washer, when you try to install this, the whole thing just wants to pop through the dash, which is no good. So basically what happens is this ring right here sits up against the dash, and that spring that you saw on the key cylinder itself keeps everything tight. And then you go ahead and you install your actual key cylinder with your brand new key, and we should have a working key very shortly. Alright, so here's our brand new starter switch or ignition switch. This is the box it came in. There's the part number if you need it. Anyways, I'm going to get that installed. Off, accessory, off, on, start. Beautiful. So, parts car to the rescue yet again. Got the pedal assembly here with a bit of the linkage, but the main thing I'm going for right here is the gas pedal. Surprisingly, this gas pedal is in extremely good shape. So I'm going to take off everything and put it on the one I have. Alright, got that all installed. Perfect. As you dig deeper into a project, you soon realize you find more and more things that are broken. So when I took the steering wheel off, I noticed that the original turn signal switch was broken. So I contacted a gentleman off of Kijiji, and he had this turn signal switch. It looks original. He says it's brand new. As long as the thing works, that's all that I care about. And he also threw in this flasher switch on the side. So I'm going to get this installed and strike another thing off the list. I've gone ahead and taken the steering column out of the car. Now this is basically just a tube. If you look through it, it's just a tube. There's the steering shaft, but this is the tube. And basically what happens is that harness slips through right here, down this secondary tube, and pops out here where it connects to the harness. So that's what I'm going to do in just a sec to show you. Alright, so what you saw me just do right there was slide the wiring harness through that hole that I mentioned, through the tube, and you also noticed I taped the ends of the wires together into a nice point. That way, when I'm sliding it through here, it glides a lot easier, less likelihood of you damaging the pins and the pins getting caught on the inside of this. So that's in right now. I've labeled where all these pins go on the factory grommet, and now I'm just going to go ahead and put the 3 screws into the column to secure this in place, and then we should be good to install it. Alright, so there you have it. There's the new wiring harness with the grommets all in. Same thing here. I messed up on one of them, which you might have saw. I had to use a screwdriver to pluck it out. There is a special tool for that if you want to make one. I just don't have the time right now to do so, so screwdriver worked fine. What I had to do after was just pluck the little arm up so that when I put it back in, it would stay locked. But I'm going to go ahead and secure this over the wires themselves, and we should be good to go. So that about wraps it up for this video on the 65 Fastback. We've done a ton of work, still a lot of work left to do, but don't worry, stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more videos to come and a lot of awesome products going on this Fastback. So stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed. If you like what you saw, please hit the like and subscribe button below. Also make sure to check out Junkyard Digs, Dylan McCool, and Thunderhead 289 for more awesome content. Can't thank you guys enough. Stay tuned for the next episode. Mike from Classic Mustangs 429.